Luka was pulling shots that you would pull on like your 6-year-old cousin in the driveway. You know, when the rim be slanted or whatever, and the backboard is real like bouncy, so you know exactly how to throw it off the backboard and it go in every time.
22 years old, first team All-NBA a year ago. 18 points for Doncic. He'll try another, and as well as stretching the floor offensively. Luka.
That's the type of shots Luka was pulling in an NBA playoff game against professionals who have rings.
In year 3.
In year 3. Hold on, I gotta cool off real quick. Oh my God!
Why was that so violent?
Because he gives me so it gives me just
so what?
Sage had to go away. Bro.
Sage had to
They just turned his camera off. Oh God!
Oh, so what made y'all choose LeBron over Luka that night?
Literally just because the Lakers game was on first. That was the only reason.
Who the hell would choose to watch the Clippers versus?
Yeah,
I'm not watching the Clippers. I'm watching
Luka. What kind of question is that?
It wasn't. And let me say this too though, for real. Kawhi was on last night. I don't know what happened in the second half. Kawhi
first
could
half,
not
yeah.
fucking miss.
I thought he was dropping 50.
He should have been on pace, but in the second half it was just like, oh, Kawhi, you had enough. Let's go away from me. Yeah. Bigger picture, because I don't know what's going to happen in the rest of the series. The numbers are not on the Clippers side, stats-wise, like, you know, through history, historical stats. Patrick Beverly has been exposed. Patrick Beverly will not be in the league for years. Zubac.
His shot ain't saving him either.
Get your contacts in. You know, like,
his shot ain't saving him.
I heard y'all got a roster spot. Hey,
I heard y'all need a shooter.
Has been exposed. Zubac has been exposed. They paid all that money for Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard, I don't even think Luke Kennard gets the test anymore to see if he has COVID before he comes onto the court. He doesn't see the floor. And it's crazy how much money they paid him.
that was like their big signing too.
Reggie Jackson needs to take those glasses off. They don't work. Okay. It's looking bad over there. I don't know why they keep putting Nicholas Batum in as well. Nicholas Batum needs to go back to France.
Oh
He
my
has no place
That
in
was
it.
racist.
Jesus
He has no
Christ.
place. No. He needs to retire. That's what I'm saying. He needs to retire.
Jesus
Go back home. He has no place in the NBA right now.
That was racist. That man
That
said,
was
you know
racist.
what, Nick, go back home. Just get out the
He been
country.
racist.
He was playing fine in the regular season.
Yeah.
That's fine. He has no place in the NBA right now. They cannot guard Tim Hardaway
Junior. Not
senior.
He's a bucket.
Junior.
That was the Tim Hardaway Jr. trade. Kristaps Porzingis was putting the ball on the floor. That's how I know he was comfortable. He had dribble moves.
And it's crazy because offensively, Kawhi and PG had good nights. It's literally defense. And them being as bad defensively as they are with the pieces that they have is just fucking inexcusable, bro. Like, literally 2 years ago, a team formed with Kawhi, who's like, people have been talking about, like, yo, he's an MJ Scotty type of defender. Paul George, who was top 3 in Defensive Player of the Year the season prior, they were talking about, like, them together was like, MJ and Scotty 2.0. They got Pat Bev, which is one of the best guard defenders in the league at the time. You know, that was the perception.
He's a fraud.
I mean,
He be running around out there, bro.
I'm calling the 1-800 number because that nigga's a fraud.
for them to be that bad defensively is just
I done said that about Patrick in the video, that he just moves his legs a lot and pokes his chest out, and now he's a great defender. That's not how that works. He can't guard nobody. Nobody's scared of him. KD's not scared of him. Luka is not scared of him. He's never shut anybody down. He had 1 block on LeBron. He play. Dude not good. It's simple.
Listen,
get that nigga Patrick up out of here.
Last year when Lonzo hit that step back on him and hit him with the "you too little," that's when I knew his career was
That's
over.
when I talk.
That's when I knew it was over. Lonzo, this is the same Lonzo Ball that his first career game was against Pat Bev. Pat Bev pushes him and everybody say, "Yeah, welcome to the elite, young fella." now Lonzo hits him with the "you too little." I knew it was over. If Lonzo not scared, You're just running up. Man, let me take these goddamn glasses off so y'all can see what I'm saying right now with these goddamn flippers. Because I'm so sick of this shit, man.
Okay.
It's been 2 years. These people have been trying to tell me I need to be, as a Laker, you see the goddamn banner back there. It need to say 2020 under that goddamn thing. I got it before we won. People have been trying to tell me I need to be worried about the fucking flippers. I've been telling people these niggas are frauds since day one. No, trust Kawhi, trust PG. They have culture. They have this, they have that. They don't. If you're watching the playoffs, Bezos touched on it. It's their defense. These niggas are so petrified of Luka that they are leaving shooters open. And it's funny on Locker Room after game one, everyone loved to say, oh, the Mavs shot unworldly. There's no way they can keep shooting like this. If you leave efficient shooters wide open, why the fuck wouldn't they hit shots? I'm not saying they're going to hit 50% all the time, but if you let Finney Smith be open, he's going to hit. If you let Maxi Kleber be open, he's going to hit. If you're so focused on Luka, after letting Luka get 30, then you decide, oh, just double team like it's 2K all fucking day, he's just going to pass it to everybody else. Everyone else is just working. Tim Hardaway Jr. is out here looking like a top 5 scorer in the league. It's Hardaway Jr.
He is.
What are we doing?
Him
Like
and Klay
the
Thompson.
Clippers. When I say this, people, I want y'all to understand this, and I need someone to clip this because I keep saying it, and niggas laugh, niggas scoff, niggas sample. These niggas are cursed. The Clippers, or the Flippers, the Lippers are cursed, bro. They aren't going to do anything. You can put the Avengers on that team. They're getting Thanos snapped, nigga. It's not happening. These niggas are bums. They're frauds. These niggas are fakes. They're shams. Blow it up. Kawhi, go away. Paul George, get out of there. It's not, you're not helping. No one can help this team. Chris Paul literally gave his career to this team. That nigga got hurt like 8 times trying to get this team to the finals. These niggas can't do it. It doesn't work. It don't matter who the owner is. It don't matter who the fuck the coach is. It doesn't matter who you got cheerleading. Them niggas are cursed, bro. They're losing. Look, this is the same Mavericks team everyone swore up and down was worse than last year. Couldn't, like, oh my God, they gave up Seth Curry for Josh Richardson. These guys are not the same. Oh my God, Luka is by himself. Luka was the same guy coming into the season as a top 5 MVP candidate. Everyone said he could be MVP. Literally carried it, looking like goddamn White Steph, the way he's carrying niggas in the regular season that aren't doing shit half the time. Shut up, Omar. But like seriously, Luka Doncic went this whole year being disrespected. People, I ain't gonna say disrespected, but people wrote the team off. No one had the Mavs doing anything in the playoffs. Now they're up 2-0 on the fucking lip. Imagine having someone come into Staples and beat you twice in a row.
Conversely,
Get the fuck out of here, man. Send them niggas to San Diego. They're done.
Oh my God. Conversely, for the Clippers, they said the opposite. They were talking about how the Clippers got better and the Mavs got worse. And here we are.
I just gotta say, man, and you know, they call me Pastor Say sometimes. Reverend Father Damo. That was
Bishop Dom.
That was fucking beautiful. I just want to say thank you. Here we go. Here we go, brothers and sisters. We have here a team that was told that they got the Finals MVP in 2019. They had the new king in Kawhi Leonard, and they were gonna run LA. Now Chip Skylark's over here telling them to brush their teeth. And they're about to brush on the fuck up out of here. Because guess what? You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about what Luka's doing to the Mavericks right now? First, let's talk about Luka before we go back to the fucking Flippers. If Luka's name was LeBron James, you'd call him the GOAT. Because if LeBron James is going against not 1, not 2, but 3 all-NBA defenders, doing them dirty day in and day out, averaging 30 on them, winning almost every fucking game anyone's healthy, you would call him the GOAT. And that's not me just assuming shit. You did. And in 2015, LeBron was out there giving the Warriors fits. You called him the GOAT. Then in 2016, he got his crew, he got healthy. Let Luka beat this team. Why would y'all? You let Luka beat this team. Seriously, let Luka beat this team. And nobody else. I got Giannis. I got Harden. No, I got Luka, nigga. What? I got.
Sage, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah, what's up?
if the Mavs win, is Luka better than Curry?
No.
Right now?
No. See, well, see. So look, there's himness, okay? Let me, Bezos, I never explained to you the hierarchy of himness. So you have this nigga, you have him. He's him. Like it's him. Period. Then you have Wardell. And Wardell is also a him, but he is a him. He's not him. Then you have Durant, who is the skinny him. He just needs to eat more.
Oh.
And then you have Luka, who is him in training.
Luka legend. Luka magic.
And the reason why he's in training, and brother Omar attested to it, and I pass it for. The reason why he's a him in training, young one, is because he has to do something, and now he's gonna do it. So he's in training. This is the training arc. This is not the story's on the wall. I'm stupid, but I have to follow protocol. He's a him in training because he will be a him. When's game 4? That's when he becomes a him. When he goes out there and sweeps these fucking flippers, that's when he's a him, no question. Tell you what, I go one step further, just to piss niggas off. Luka could not win a single game for the rest of the series. He probably has already received his degree in himness.
Oh my
God. What now?
Himness.
He got a minor in himness.
Let me
Hold on.
let me
brother.
say this.
Go ahead, brother.
First of all, Kevin Durant shouldn't be in that conversation
He barely is.
because I've never seen Kevin Durant do something solo. Let me say that again.
I ain't gonna hold him to that.
I've never seen Kevin Durant do something solo.
2014.
Define something.
I mean, when a series, he's had a great half a season solo, but he's always had Russ. He's always had,
That's like 40 games.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. 40 games.
But
That's a lot.
my thing would be, when has he ever had a team that was strictly constructed for just him?
Oh, and I get that. I can only play with the data that I have in front of me. I can only do that. That's all I can do. I've never seen him do anything solo. He's always had a Kyrie Harden. He's always had a Steph. He's always had a Clay Draymond. He's always had a Russ. He's always had Serge Ibaka. He's always had. I'm looking at Luka Doncic, the greatest basketball player I've ever seen in my life, do some stuff that is unimaginable, bro. Like I don't. Again, we had this conversation the other day. Can he improve? Can he, and stuff. At this point, I don't know, because the stuff that he is doing is stuff of dreams. So to say that Kevin Durant is on this list of him people, no, I don't see Kevin Durant doing this. Like what Luka's doing, I don't think Kevin Durant could do it, to be honest with you.
So Luka's better than KD right now.
I want to have this conversation because you asked Sage about Steph Curry.
I just want to know how good Luka actually is.
That's what I'm saying. I've been having this conversation for the past 2 to 3 weeks about Luka and people, Jokic and Giannis. I still got to put Giannis and Harden and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I want people to be real with me for a second. Luka has to be a top 3 player in the NBA.
Nah, he don't. But look,
how is he not a top 3 player in the NBA?
I'm about to say, yeah, I agree with Omar. At least arguably, because going into the season, he was around 7 to 10, and with what he's doing this season, leading the Mavs to a 5 seed, winning record in the Western Conference, about to eliminate the Clippers. The skill that he has, the stats he's putting up. If you compare that to what Curry did this season, what KD did this season, Giannis, all of these other players in that conversation, Kawhi, Luka got a conversation to be top 3. He has
a conversation, but he loses it. I would say
he might win, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Tell me why he loses. You haven't said why he loses.
All right, let's talk about what KD is doing. A very underrated
with two other top.
And he's done it by himself before, though. I mean, first of all, doing it with Russ
is basically doing it by yourself.
I hate when y'all.
I know Sage didn't want to say it. I'll say it. Hold on, no, Omar. I'll give you this. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna defense on this one. I'm gonna set defense on this one. In the regular season, Omar, you're completely right. He's had Russ. He's had Russ for the first half of his career. That means something. But as you know, which the stats document, and we can go back and look at this for fact. This is an opinion. This is what we think. This is what we know and what we have seen. Russ ain't shit in the playoffs. He'll have a good. He'll have a good series. He'll have a good game.
This is false.
Tell me.
I mean, I'm looking at all these years where Russ is a 24, 23, 24. When did KD leave?
He left in 2017.
Going into 16-17.
The 17 season, he wasn't there. So that
okay, I'm looking at a 27 point per game season. I'm looking at a 26, and this is playoffs.
I'm not saying playoffs, right?
I'm looking at him average 11, 8, 7, 6 assists. I'm looking at him average 2, 3 steals. I mean, I'm looking at decent field goal percentages too. So I don't understand
what's decent. What's decent?
High volume, so it's like 40s, 42, 43.
On how many shots?
That's decent.
On like 20 something shots. Yeah, for somebody
42% on 20 shots is decent.
That's not.
For somebody who's
that's not decent.
Scorer. When you got KD on your team,
compare to someone else. Compare
how much
compare
of a
to the high volume scorer.
Come on.
What about Kobe? Kobe was a high volume scorer. He shot better than fucking 42%.
And that's a different era as well. So I really won't even.
It's easier to score for guards in this era.
But again, let me I just want to ask y'all, does Luka have somebody on his team, even the level of that Westbrook that y'all think sucks?
Probably Tim Hardaway Jr. in the playoffs.
All right, Hardaway. Right there. So we're talking about all NBA Russell Westbrook versus Tim Hardaway Jr. All right.
In the playoffs?
Let's keep it going. Because Tim Hardaway Jr. is not comparable to all NBA Russell Westbrook. I know
in the regular season. Russ isn't all NBA in the playoffs, though. Like, again, I agree with you. In the regular season, Russ is a different breed. I give you that. But if we're talking playoffs, which is why Kevin Durant ended up leaving because the niggas kept fucking up, Russ ain't shit.
Hey, what if I told y'all? What if I told you? What if I told y'all it's the same? What if I told y'all it's the same numbers?
Who?
Russ from the playoffs to the regular season, there isn't much of a change. So what if I told y'all they're the same numbers?
He has
gotcha
and meltdowns and
gotcha. So Kevin Durant has it either. So we're just gonna let Kevin Durant.
Durant's definitely melted out.
But Kevin Durant and to interject here, Kevin Durant has had some playoff success without Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook got hurt in game 2 of the 2013 playoffs, and KD goes on the next night and drops 41. Then the next night dropped 38 on 4 misses. Then the next night dropped 36, and the next night dropped 27. And
where did they finish? Where did they finish?
He ended up going all the way to the semis. They lost to the Grizzlies. Yeah, but
I think they won like 60 games that year.
Yeah, and then
Okay, so they beat. You're telling me that they beat, and I'm looking at it right now. They beat the Rockets in the first round with Russell Westbrook only playing 2 games.
Yeah,
right?
Pat. I believe that was a series where Pat
Bev injured him, right?
Yeah, Pat Bev injured him.
With Pat Bev injured him, this looks like a not. Let me look at this Rockets team with Chandler Parsons and you know what?
I say that's a team because KD was all alone, like
That's
how you
not.
requested. But even then, to go further than that, that's the same thing that people were saying about Dame over Curry for like 3 years now. The same thing that people were doing when they put Russell over Curry. That Curry didn't have this one versus all team, that he couldn't do what he does without having this stacked roster, and then 2021 happens, and now nobody's even thinking about putting anybody outside of Kevin Durant and LeBron above him. I would imply Kevin Durant would do the exact same thing.
This is when we're talking about not Luka. Serge Ibaka's all-team first defense that year. So he still has an all-NBA caliber player on his team. Again, I've never seen Kevin Durant do anything like this with nobody on his team.
Just a disclaimer.
So in 2019,
he's never had a team like that.
I get that, and I can't do anything about that. I can only look at the data that I have.
But the skill that Kevin Durant has, so let's be honest. Since we've just seen Curry the last 2 years still be Curry with no help, you don't think Kevin Durant could do the same?
No. So
you don't think Kevin Durant, who's one of the best scorers of our generation, you don't think he'll be able to average his numbers by himself?
That's not what I said. His shooting and everything would suffer. He could get to 27 points if he put up a lot of shots. My counter argument to that is, if you want to take it that route, then I'm going to put the route of, all right, add 2 all NBA caliber players to Luka Doncic's team. Hell, add 1. And you tell me what happens. All right then.
Well, I'm not. Well, go ahead, Sage. Go ahead, Sage.
I'll tell you, do that to Kevin Durant, and you get 2 years of depression in the NBA to the point where Kevin Durant was the most hated player in NBA history because he made the league unfair by joining Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Stephen Curry. That's how good Kevin Durant was. He looked LeBron James in the eye, arguably outplayed him in the series, and people were just bitching about Kevin Durant even existing. So versus Luka Doncic,
different angle.
That's a whole hypothetical. You could argue Kawhi goes there, but I don't think Kawhi's that much of a punk, to be honest. I think people are ignoring the fact he's playing him. Yeah, look, Kawhi's a whole point guard anyway. It wouldn't be as unfairly dominant as having 2 of the 3 greatest shooters on the team.
Look, man.
Me, Omar got the same like base argument, but he got a different argument though. I'm not even agreeing with the KD.
I think Luka's in the conversation for top 3, but the logic Omar's using, I got different shit. You know, I'll just
wait. So who's your top? So who would you say your top 3 is? Besides,
you got Luka, I assume Curry and Brown, right?
yeah. And KD's
That's
still
fair.
arguable. Giannis is still arguable. I'm just saying, by the end of this series, if the Mavs win, even if they don't really, Luka's in that conversation, bro.
I think this series clear, and I'm gonna let you speak, Don, but I think this series just shows that Luka is better than Kawhi, but I don't have Kawhi in my top 3, therefore I'm no.
yeah. I mean, I would say this. One,
I'm getting this wrong.
I don't want to sit here and be defending Kevin Durant. That's why I kind of gave up a little bit because that's not what I want to be doing on camera. You got me out here defending KD. I do agree that Kevin Durant is a him, but I do have Luka. You know, I had Luka top 5 coming into the season. I had Luka top 5 last season. I've been saying Luka was a superstar. And Sage, I know you're saying you want to wait on it, but fuck waiting. Luka's been a him since let me think. He was drafted, nigga. Luka's always been a him. Luka was a him when he was a rookie, busting James Harden ass.
Okay,
hold on, wait a minute. I'm just letting y'all know, okay? Because it's been 3 seasons. What y'all are saying is I have to wait and see him do these things. I already know what the fuck Luka can do. It just takes time and experience to achieve those things. I knew he was going to be able to achieve these things with time and experience. I watched him as a rookie legit pack up James Harden on multiple occasions when they faced up. I knew he was ready for the show. I watched him go head up with LeBron and hold his own and make LeBron like look over his shoulder and was like, oh, this nigga's serious. His rookie year. I've watched him look the best of the best, the elite in the NBA, in the eyes, his first year, and hold his own, not stumble, not fold, not fall. I knew he was a him back then. Him beating the flippers, that's not making him a him to me. But again, I'm just saying, I've been on the wave. I get this.
He was a him in training since like that part, but being a him is being him. Like when
who was the last him? Who was the last him?
Dom lowering the bar for him. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
That's an exclusive club.
That's how great Luka is.
Not year one.
Yes, year one.
Not year one. Oh my God.
Yes, year one.
21 point per game scores a him. What the heck?
It wasn't about the numbers. It was about the.
We're having these hooper conversations right now.
Listen, it wasn't a him. Okay, so again, Sage, who was the last him? Tell me.
Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry was the last him.
Stephen Curry is the last him.
What made Stephen Curry the last him? What made it him? What made him
Stephen Curry? What made it him? Okay, so
what made him a him?
There's rules to himness. For example, Stephen Curry, for example, he just does some shit. I'm paying a clear-cut example for you. This ain't gonna make sense until it makes sense. Curry the type of dude to go past that court, bang. Now, all I said was bang, but I guarantee all 3 of you imagine a different move. That's him. Is it he just does some shit and you're just like, that's him, bro. Like nobody can do what this motherfucker does.
Sounds like Luka to me.
I'm about to say, does that not sound like what Luka does?
That's not Luka yet because Stephen Curry goes on to win titles, become the unanimous MVP, clear-cutly
with help.
Year 2, him in training. Year 1 is just.
And this is what I'm saying.
So it's accolades.
To imply that guys like Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and hell, even LeBron James have to solo squad teams all the way to a championship just to be called Luka Doncic is ridiculous because Luka Doncic couldn't solo squad teams all the way to a championship.
Let me say this. Let me say this to interrupt that point. I hate to. I know consensus around the league when the conversation seriously started being had about LeBron James being this guy or this upper echelon player is literally when he beat Detroit, when he was Cavs' first stint.
Yeah.
And this is on that same, I believe LeBron was 20.
LeBron was like fourth. What year was that? 07? So yeah,
it was
4.
And it was 20. He was 22 though. He was 22.
Yeah.
The same age that Luka is right now. So I see your point, and Sage, you can make up your own hymnist, whatever. The consensus around the league is when LeBron started getting into those real conversations is when he faced up and beat Detroit. I'm not saying that Luka has to drag these guys to the finals. That would, if he did that, woo. But
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's the consensus. Watching KD do it with Steph and Draymond and Clay, like that's much different. Watching him do it with Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, and James Harden off the bench, that's much different.
But those are names, though, because those names don't always perform, Omar. There's several times where Kevin Durant's the only person on the Warriors performing with that.
There's several times.
Team.
There's times where those people were saving him as well, though. So, like, can we not act like that either?
You're trying to discredit Kevin Durant's. I'm not trying to discredit Luka's career. You're trying to discredit KD's
I am
career.
trying to discredit KD's rings.
And that's biased. That's literally biased.
That's not biased. I don't think it's biased.
Definitely biased. You are 100% being biased.
That's not biased. Fuck his rings. That's not biased. His rings.
Fuck his rings.
Them rings are Cuban zirconia, bro. Them rings are Cuban zirconias, bro.
Because there's a game that I spent, and I love this game. I didn't think much. I didn't realize this game. Game 4 of that series where this is the finals with the Miami Heat versus Oklahoma City Thunder, where Russell Westbrook goes out there and drops 43. Literally, and KD put up 28 after they started doubling Russ, after they just figured they couldn't contain Russ at all. But there's situations where Kevin Durant.
How many after Russ take?
He took a lot of them motherfuckers. 32.
I bet he did, yeah.
32. He took 32 of them.
Him just being this automatic plus is also ridiculous, but I'm gonna let it happen. I'm gonna let that.
How is why? I hate that y'all are doing this because the cool thing to do, like truly, the cool thing to do is hate on Russ. Those teams would be worse without Russ.
I was just asking a question.
Just saying him being an automatic plus.
There's situations where Russell Westbrook has literally cost the Thunder games.
And there's situations where Kevin Durant. Stop telling one side of the coin. There's situations
I'm not telling one side of the coin.
You are. You stop right there.
You're dodging my main point when I say that. My point is Kevin Durant. Your argument is Kevin Durant has had a stacked team. Your argument is Kevin Durant has a stacked team and Kevin Durant can't do any of these things by himself. I'm telling you, there's been times where Kevin Durant has had his own team play imposter and he's gotten the job done.
When?
2018. Okay, hold on. I'll pull it up right now. And
18 and 19.
Game 3.
No, not 18. 17 and 18, game 3. When Curry choked the bed.
Yeah, Curry was god awful. Everybody thought Curry would be Finals MVP. Curry went on there to shoot
up because this nigga has two other
NBA
players. Two other all NBA players on his squad.
He was solo squad in that game, bro.
Perfect. 2 all NBA players combined 20 points on what's it called? Yeah, 20 points on 27 shooting.
And the box score tells the whole thing. Was Kevin Durant even guarding LeBron?
But
go ahead. It's fine. Listen. And we can listen. And my thing is this is my problem. We can go tit for tat. You can go find 2 games. I can go find 2 games. You can go find 2 games. I can go find. My thing is you literally just did it. I'm not gonna tell the whole side of the story. I'm gonna just say, hey, Russ is choked. Curry is choked. Like Kevin Durant has never choked.
I don't think anyone's saying that right now though. We talking about KD's health.
So you're not saying it.
We talking about KD's health though.
The point that you're saying is Kevin Durant always has help. I'm saying that's not true because said help does not always help.
So with that being said,
not true.
So if we're talking about it like that, all right, I got you. Kevin Durant, Luka. We're gonna look at their help now. Kevin Durant has better help. We're not even we're not going to isolate games. We're just going to look at the grand scheme of Kevin Durant has always had better help than Luka. Period, point blank across the board. Yes or no? Right?
Yes.
We're gonna look at. We can look at the isolated games. We can look at the isolated games in which the said help doesn't show up. Kristaps Porzingis was not there all series last year. Kristaps Porzingis does not show up majority of the time. There is only one consistent player that Luka Doncic has always had. That's been Tim Hardaway. What?
Is the Maxi, right?
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Omar, I'm just confused why you're bringing up shit from KD's career from like 5 years in the past, so we can just talk about their game right now and their situations right now.
And that's hey, and we can talk about it right now.
Yeah, I'm just confused why you're bringing shit up from like 2012 and 2013.
Yeah, let's talk about
this whole himness thing about Kevin Durant. I just his game. I'm thinking of him as somebody who can do about themselves. His game is really contingent on. What I really want to talk about is the
He
Clippers.
said he's a glorified Chris Middleton.
No, it's not. That's not true.
Let's talk about. He's a 7-foot Chris Middleton.
That's just not true.
On a serious tip about the Clippers,
you're trolling. That's not true.
Okay, Joe Johnson with a good point guard.
Oh my god.
Joe Johnson with a good. But Joe Johnson had a good point guard.
Who?
Jeff Teague?
Look at all y'all saying this.
He played with Steve Nash.
Yeah,
boy. He was coming off the bench.
He still played with them. He played with Steve Nash.
Okay.
He had a good point guard.
Okay. On a serious tip, the Clippers, you know what's crazy?
And he started. He started on the Suns.
Ooh, someone in the chat
At one point, he started on the Suns.
Oh, for like injury, but it wasn't for a long time.
Regardless, he started.
Damn, I knew he was gonna say it. If he started one game, he started. So my thing about the Clippers is I don't think the Clippers are a bad team. Individual pieces and all that.
Wait. He started 82 games in 05 for the Suns.
Thank you.
Who was hurt?
Thank you.
What do you mean who was hurt? Not Steve Nash, because he won MVP that year.
Was Amari hurt that year?
Nope, that was 06.
No. Mari was there. Look at this. Oh, this
You know what's crazy? I hate when we have to. And I'm not saying that.
I got it right here. Joe Johnson played 82 games, started all 82. Sean Marion played 81, started all 81. Amari 80. Quentin Richardson 79. Steve Nash 75, won MVP.
He started 1 year. Why Steve Nash missed 15 games? Or not 15 games.
Don't matter. Joe Johnson started all 82.
I don't necessarily care. Kevin Durant is Joe Johnson with a good point guard. Nevertheless.
But Joe Johnson had a good point guard.
Oh my God, I'm not going to discuss from this point. I don't understand why the Clippers make some of the moves that they make. I don't know. I don't know who's pulling the strings for the Clippers. And I know that sounds a little weird. Steve Ballmer had interviews where he said he's really hands off, but sometimes some of these decisions that are made between Doc Rivers and Ty Lue, they don't seem like coaching decisions that make sense. Luke Kennard not getting no minutes makes no sense. Serge Ibaka getting very limited minutes. I know he has those back issues or whatever, but all of a sudden he looks good to play. That makes no sense.
Even Rondo not getting minutes. I feel
Rondo not getting minutes. The switching, the unnecessary switching. The media thing where they say, oh, well, you'll see the Kawhi Leonard-Luka matchup, but then they go back to this basically contactless switching, which is crazy to me. Like, none of that makes sense. So truly, I believe if they get a good coach, or maybe, I don't know, it sounds like there's some behind the scenes stuff that goes on over there. But I don't think Kawhi is a great player, bro. Kawhi is a really good player. It doesn't make sense the way
they got no culture, bro. Like, if I ask you right now, what's their culture? They got no culture. The Suns have a culture. Lakers got a culture. Even the Jazz got a culture. But when you look at the Clippers, it's just a collection of talent. It's just a collection of talent. That's it. It's a DJ Khaled album. It is a DJ Khaled album.
That's what I feel. It's forced. It's hella. Everything over there is hella forced, and I feel like that's ultimately them. But if they did get somebody that would come in and say, and I think it was because they had the Pelicans announcers as their announcers last night. Kawhi is like a real soft-spoken leader, and at this point, PG has been laughed out of that locker room. If they get, because you've seen the comments of PG saying stuff last year and people eye rolling and stuff. If they had like a bona fide leader, and I thought Rondo would be it, but Rondo's probably he's like, fuck it, bro, I'm trying to get. That is what really holds them back, because there's no reason for them to be be down 2-0 to this team right now.